What's up, everyone? It's your girl Satin, and I'm back with another video to convince you to go natural with Saturals. I know I've been away for quite some time, but I'm back and I will be dropping some amazing content to help you along your natural skincare journey. Happy 2022, everyone. Happy Black History Month. And I hope everyone is having an amazing year thus far. And I wish you all nothing but peace, prosperity, love, and joy for the months coming and the year coming. As I said, I'm back and I'm better than ever. And I'm just ready to provide you with some great content. Today, we will be covering foods that can cause acne and also discussing why the quality of our diet is extremely important. Acne is a common skin condition that affects nearly 10% of the world's population. And there are many factors that actually contribute to the development of acne, including sebum and keratin production, acne causing bacteria, hormones, blocked pores, inflammation, and I mean the list goes on and on. So there is a link between diet and acne, and it's been somewhat controversial in studies, but recent research shows that diet can actually play a significant role in acne development. So one food that we should avoid or lessen our intake of is refined carbohydrates and sugar. People with acne tend to consume more refined carbs than people with little or no acne. So foods that are rich in refined carbohydrates include things like, your breads, your crackers, the cereal, desserts made with white flour, pastas made with white flour. There's like white rice, rice noodles, soda, and other sugar sweetened beverages. Also sweeteners like a cane sugar, maple syrup, honey, agave, then the list goes on. So one study found that people who frequently consumed foods with added sugars had, I think it was a 30% greater risk of developing acne, and those who consumed things like pastries, cakes had 20% greater risk. And it may be explained by the effects refined carbs have on the blood sugar and insulin levels. So, for example, refined carbs are absorbed quickly into our bloodstream. And when our blood sugars rapidly rise as a result of this, our insulin levels also rise to help shuttle the blood sugars out of our bloodstream and into our cells. However, high levels of insulin are actually not good for those who have acne, because insulin increases sebum production. Another food to avoid or diminish are dairy products. Many studies have found a link between milk products and acne severity in teenagers. 2 studies also found that young adults who regularly consumed milk or ice cream were actually 4 times more likely to suffer from acne. Milk is also known to increase insulin levels, aside from its effects on the blood sugar, which may also worsen and make acne more severe. Cow's milk also contains amino acids, and amino acids stimulate the liver, and this has been linked to the development of acne in almost everyone. So another food to avoid is fast food. I know we all live in the society where, we're always on the go, and, sometimes it's just easier to grab something quick. But acne is strongly associated with eating a Western diet, which is what most of us consume. And our diet, unfortunately, is rich in calories, fat, and those refined carbohydrates. So fast food items like our burgers, our nuggets, our hot dogs, French fries, soda, are mainstays of our typical Western diet, and they also can increase our risk to get acne. So I believe it was a study of around 2,300 men found that they were frequently eating burgers and sausages, and they had a 24% increased risk of developing acne. Another thing we should avoid is foods that are rich in omega-6 acids. So diets containing large amounts of omega-6 fatty acids, like our typical Western diet, have been linked to the increased levels of inflammation and acne that come from corn, soy oils, and things of that nature. And a few foods that contain omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for us, are foods like fish, walnuts, things of that nature. So the imbalance of the omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids pushes the body into an inflamed state. And we all know inflammation causes acne. And it can actually worsen or make acne more severe. So supplementing omega-6 with omega-3 fatty acids may actually reduce the inflammation and acne overall. So you can get high amounts of omega-3, again, like I said, from fishes, algae, and a lot of plant food. Another food that you should avoid or diminish is chocolate. It's so good, right? But chocolate has been a suspected acne trigger for years, and more recent studies found that acne-prone males who consumed, I think it was like 25 grams or more daily, had an increased number of acne lesions after just 2 weeks. And more recent studies found that acne-prone males who consumed 25 grams of 99% dark chocolate daily had an increased number of acne lesions after just 2 weeks as well. So this is why chocolate might be increasing our risk to have acne, but it's still pretty unclear. Another food to avoid is whey protein powder. It's a rich source of the amino acids leucine and glutamine, and these amino acids make the skin cells grow at a faster pace, which may contribute to why there's a larger formation of acne. So the amino acids and the whey protein can also stimulate the body to produce high levels of insulin, which has been linked to the development of acne as well. So again, it seems like everything that we like and tastes good is actually bad for our skin and our bodies. So several cases have reported a link between male athletes who use whey and increased acne breakouts. Another thing we should be avoiding is foods we are sensitive to. It's been proposed that acne is an inflammatory disease, which is why anti-inflammatory drugs like corticosteroids are effective in the treatment of extremely severe acne. But since there's countless foods in our immune systems that our immune systems can react to, the best way to figure out what triggers our bodies is by a process of elimination. So if you're finding that you're having a lot of breakouts, it's important to maybe take note of what you're eating. Are you consuming high levels of those carbohydrates, the complex carbs that have white sugar and refined sugars, or high fructose corn syrup and things of that nature, and maybe doing a food journal, so where you're eliminating these things and seeing how your body is responding, or if there's an increase or a decrease in acne. I definitely would recommend doing this with the support of a dietitian or a nutritionist. I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian. I'm just stating what I know through knowledge that I've gained. So we've talked about the foods to avoid. Now let's talk about what we can eat instead. So while the foods we discussed have been known to be contributors to acne, there are other foods and nutrients that we can supplement that may actually help clear our skin. One of them is the omega-3 fatty acids that I discussed earlier, because omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, and a regular consumption of them has actually been linked to reduced risk of developing acne. Probiotics. Probiotics actually promote a healthy gut and balanced microbiome, which is linked to reducing of inflammation and also a lower risk of actually developing acne. Another thing that we can incorporate into our diet that may actually help us is green tea. Green tea contains polyphenols, and these are associated with reduced inflammation and lowered sebum production. And actually, green tea extracts have been found to reduce acne severity when applied directly onto the skin. So I actually make a face mask that contains green tea extract, which is really good for inflammation, keeping our skin hydrated and looking youthful, and it's great to consume because it also helps you, it's a diuretic. Turmeric contains anti-inflammatory agents which help regulate blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and inhibit the growth of acne causing bacteria, which also may reduce acne. Foods and products rich in vitamins A, D, E, and zinc, because these nutrients play crucial roles in our skin's immune health and actually aid in preventing acne. Paleo diet. So diets that are rich in lean meats, fruits, the vegetables, nuts, and low grains, they have been associated with lower blood sugar and insulin levels, which actually will decrease that inflammation. Mediterranean style diets. Mediterranean diet is rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, those legumes, the fish that contains the omega-3 fatty acids, and they're low in dairy and saturated fats, which actually help reduce acne. So basically, while research has linked certain foods to an increased risk of acne development, it's important to keep the bigger picture in mind. So our dietary patterns are likely to have a larger impact on our skin health. So what we consume is extremely important. So you don't have to necessarily avoid all these foods altogether, but maybe just diminish your intake of them. So some other tips to have your skin at its optimal level are to get plenty of sleep. I cannot stress how important rest is. When we are not sleeping, our body has a hard time metabolizing sugars, and it actually stores them, and our insulin level spikes. Try to keep your stress levels low. Stress can spike insulin levels as well, just like eating sugar can. And the effects stress has particularly on the body, and acne is, it's large. I'm sure many of us can say like, hey, when I've been stressed out, I've been prone to breakouts. I know I am. When I'm at a high level of stress, the bottom of my face just like goes crazy. So if your goal is to keep your blood levels consistent, make sure to fuel up with low glycemic and high protein foods every 3 hours to avoid those insulin spikes, and be mindful about how you prepare your food. So like when you're cooking with starches like potatoes and foods that are high in wheat, keep in mind that the heat involved in cooking also can up that glycemic index. So avoid starches fried in high heat and foods that are extremely processed. So eat your proteins first when sitting down for a meal. Order counts. So since they don't stimulate insulin spikes, they keep your body from triggering that inflammatory effect caused when you ingest those insulin high foods. So good fats are your friend. So again, those omega-3s keep that skin looking supple and radiant and soft. So those are my tips for avoiding acne and keeping your skin nourished and flourishing. Again, like I said, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not, a health care coach or anything like that. I'm just giving you the information based off of information that I've seen and a process of elimination for myself of knowing the things that trigger breakouts within my body and those around me. So again, I'm not telling you to totally cut out these foods, but it's important to take into account what we're putting in our body, because everything that goes into our body affects our skin. A lot of us don't realize that our skin is the largest organ on our body, so why wouldn't what we consume affect it? So stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed. And also, if you are looking for some amazing natural skincare products to help you along your journey and help with your acne or any problems that you may be having, I hope I convinced you to go natural with Saturals and give us a try. Our website will be linked in the subscription box below. And again, I hope I convinced you to go natural with Saturals. Peace.